Yo, what's good? I love basketball TV. This is Coach Meech, and today we have a 5-minute dribbling series that we're going to go over. It does not matter what level you're at, so you could be a beginner or advanced player. You're going to get something from this 5-minute dribbling series. Let's dive into it. So with this 5-minute dribbling series, all you need is one basketball, your phone, or maybe a watch just to keep time, and then some space to move around freely. Like I said earlier, you can be a complete beginner and use this routine to get a better handle. You can do this every day at home, or you could be an advanced player and you can use this as a dribbling warm-up before one of your workouts. This 5-minute dribbling series is going to be broken up into 5 different rounds, 1 minute each. Do not worry about rest because rest will be implemented into each round. So all you need to do is just grab your phone, set it up in a good spot that you can see it, set the time, let it keep going. With this first drill, we're going to get a wide stance, making sure our feet are outside of our shoulders, and we're going forward cuff wraps. So we're going between the legs every single time with one hand only. You do not want to touch the ball with your other hand. If you are a beginner, you can take one dribble in between the legs so you can keep that rhythm going as best as you can. You're going to go 20 seconds with your left hand, switch it, then go 20 seconds with your right hand, doing that same thing, wrapping the ball between your legs, only using your right hand, not using your left. Like I said before, if you are a beginner, you can take that extra dribble in between the legs. So you're going to take 20 seconds on each hand, and then you're going to take a 20-second rest once you're done. All this first drill is doing is working on your ability to manipulate the basketball and control it in different ways. So you can think about your moves like your in and outs, or maybe your wrap behind the backs. You need to be able to manipulate the ball and put it in spots that you want it to be in and not have to keep it in front of you every single time. You're gonna be able to control it and move it in different ways, and that's what this drill works. So with this second drill, we're now going to split our feet nice and long. So we want one foot in front of the other. If I'm dribbling with my left hand, I want my left leg forward and my right foot back. We're going to dribble on each side of our foot 3 different times. 1, 2, 3, making sure we're punching it nice and hard. After that third one, we're gonna wrap it between our legs, not touching it with our other hand, keeping it in our left the entire time. So like I said, we're going 1, 2, 3, and then wrapping it. We're going 20 seconds with our left hand, switching it, and then we're going 20 seconds with our right. When we switch it over, we have to switch our feet as well. So if the ball is in my right hand, my right foot is forward. Same thing, 1, 2, 3, and then wrap it. We're still working on our ability to control and manipulate the basketball. We're just advancing the drill just a little bit. So go nice and hard, going 20 seconds with our left, 20 seconds with our right, and then having a 20-second break in between. So with this third round, you're going to go back to that wide stance where our feet are outside of our shoulders. We're going to perform a turn dribble and lift to the side. Remember, our turn dribble is where our hand turns over top of that basketball and then we just push it out. After we dribble, we're going to skip to the side that the hand that the ball is in. So the ball is in my left hand, I want to turn, then I skip to the side. Once my feet land, I'm going cross between behind. Now the ball is back into my right. I'm going to repeat the same thing, just going to the right. But you want to focus on dribbling the basketball hard. We're trying to get a better handle. So now the ball is in my right. I skip back to this right side. Once I land, cross between behind. You're going 20 seconds total with that going back and forth. After that 20 seconds is up, we're going to take a 10-second break. Once that 10 seconds is up, we're getting back into that wide stance. This time we're going to cross and lift at the same time. So remember, if the ball is in my right hand, I have that wide base. If I'm crossing from right to left, I want to skip to the left. So once I cross, I skip. Once my feet land, this time I'm going between the legs once, between the legs twice, then double behind the back. 1, 2. After that last behind the back, the ball is back into my left. I'm skipping back to my right hand on that crossover. So it's cross and skip. Once my feet land, I'm repeating that same combination. Between, behind. I'm repeating that back and forth, going for 20 seconds. After that 20 seconds is up, then I'm taking another 10-second break. So remember, in this third round, we are working on our handle plus our footwork as well. You want to push yourself with your handle by dribbling the basketball hard. Actually challenge yourself, but also at the same time, challenge your footwork as well. You don't want to perform a small lift. You want a big lift outside of the defender's frame. So imagine there's a defender in front of you. You want to lift outside their frame to force them to move. If you have a small lift and you kind of just skip like this, it's not really going to force them to move anywhere because they're still in a good guarding position. You want to get a big lift outside of their frame to make them make a decision. With our fourth round, we still have that wide base with our feet outside of our shoulders. We're going to take a punch dribble right inside of our frame. After that punch, we're going to cross, then jab to the opposite side. So if the ball is in my left, I have that wide base. I take a dribble. After that dribble, I cross from left to right. Then I want to jab with my left foot. I want to jab after I crossover, not before. So make sure that timing is correct. So it's dribble, cross, then jab. Now the ball is back into my right hand. Same thing with that wide base. I take that punch dribble, cross first. Now I'm jabbing with my right foot. So once again, now we're adding in more footwork and working in our handle at the same time. So you're going to repeat that process for 20 seconds. After 20 seconds is up, you take a 10-second break. Something to remember when you guys are getting into your cross jabs. After you take that punch and then you cross and jab, you want to make sure you move this foot back underneath your frame as you take that next punch dribble so your footwork doesn't mess up. So remember, after you take that punch, cross, jab, step back under you as you're taking that dribble, because now you can cross and jab again, keeping that rhythm the entire time. So after that 10-second break is up, we're getting back into that wide stance. We're taking that punch dribble again. After we take that punch, we're letting that ball float in our hand. We don't want it to float at our head, and we can't let it float nice and low because it's not gonna float. We wanted to let it float right around our shoulder to our hip-ish level. After that float, we're going right into a between cross. Now the ball's back into my left hand. Once it's in my left hand, I'm crossing back to the right, but I'm jabbing with my left foot. Now the ball is in my right. I repeat that same process again for 20 seconds back and forth. So now the ball is in my right. I take that punch, let it float, drop into the between cross, ball is back into my right, cross jab. I do that for 20 seconds total. After that 20 seconds is up, I take another 10-second break. So remember, round 4 is kind of like round 3. We're working on our handle and our footwork at the same time. We want to challenge ourselves. So we want to dribble the basketball hard, but also make sure the timing of our footwork is correct as well. Whenever we're getting into our cross jabs, we want to make sure we dribble the ball first, jab second. At the same time, we don't want to just kind of step to the side that we're jabbing. We actually want to shift our body over. So what it should look like is if we cross, our whole body should go to that side we're jabbing to. We shouldn't just perform like a tap dance move. Our whole body should shift over to the side. Lastly, our 5th round. This should probably be the most fun and the most challenging. This is our freestyle round. I want you guys to be as creative as possible, but at the same time, work on some of the stuff we just trained, right? So we're getting with that wide base, going whatever freestyle combination that you guys want. Maybe wrap it this way, wrap it forward, wrap it back. Also add in some lifts to the side. So I want you guys to really have fun. Push your imagination, think outside the box, and push your handle. Dribble the basketball hard, challenge your guys' footwork. Sometimes throw in a cross jab or two, a minute straight freestyle going as hard as you can. Maybe you might even want to change up your pace a little bit. So sometimes you guys might be going super fast, but then back off for a couple dribbles, adding in a change of pace, and then dropping back into going all out. Challenge yourself, push your imagination, and have a lot of fun.